What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Haze Demon Show. And we are in the jungle. No, I'm just kidding. We're in the woods. All right, and we're still working on getting the bamboo into the ground here. But we have actually achieved quite a lot in that time since the final moments that you've seen in the last video here. So let's take a gander at what we got here. I haven't even moved anything out of the Polaris yet. Everything's just kind of just chilling here because I'm ready to get to work, so which is why I'm already recording it. And here's the bamboo just chilling, ready to get up into the ground. Oh yeah, jacket, because in case whenever it gets cold, whenever I'm ready to leave, because even though it's kind of feels actually pretty good here. These are a lot of the branches I had to pull out here, and I'm trying to hold back all the above, and that's like a lot of the branches that I moved out of the way. But I was trying to hold back like how much I've changed here, and then you can see the kind of creek here still. So the creek is obviously a line here, and then we got this here. This whole area has been cleared from all those branches and briar. I think I might have said brines in the Discord for some reason. But there's still so much of this really thick, spiky plants, and they are not fun to deal with. They are aplenty right now, but that is some pretty tall weeds that we got to remove here still left. But I've created some sort of like alcove in a way, and my line being where this wood and the tree is here. And so there's a lot of dirt that I've dug up here out of the way, and also worked the ground with the garden claw and the plow and the shovel and whatnot. So I've already got it to where I'm 2 bricks down into the ground, and then we'll get the plants in here once I get this dirt dug up. I'm gonna mix the dirt with the fertilizer that we got over here. Actually should show that too, but probably not at the moment. But then we got these other bricks here. I'm going to use these bricks first. I got to deal with this, though. I'm going to put these bricks here along the edge downward, so that the way the plants don't want to grow that way, and they don't want to grow that way. They'll be growing the direction that I want them to, which is here. More work I got to do, not like this ground here. That's all still need to be worked, but I also need to just remove so much of this vegetation. It's going to take a while to get it all done. And the cattails, I heard that they're actually quite invasive themselves. I know that they always got to say hi to the cattails while they're still there. I'm probably going to keep them in and let them do whatever they want, but I'm going to remove everything else that's around it. And we'll see how that goes for them. I might end up having to remove them anyway. Or at least maybe I could even move them to the pond and let them grow there. The other thing I was going to say here. Okay, so I think I showed you guys the top dressing fertilizer. But the kind that I'm going to be mixing into the ground is basically meant for grass. Because it is... Basically, that's what bamboo is giant grass. Giant thick grass. So this is the kind that I ended up going with. Crabgrass, preventer, plus fertilizer, blah, 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 blah. Who cares about that stuff? This is what is important here is these numbers, 3003. Now, the ones that came, the top dressing that came with these specific plants that I ordered, and I'm going to not even use it right away because I just want to do all this. I'm going to save those for another time in the future. And this is what I'm going to use right now to mix with the ground. I'm trying to do like a 50-50 with the ground itself and just this, so that it's probably going to be 15-3 or whatever. But anyway, technically, right? You know, in a sense, that's what I'm trying to go for. The kind that came with it, the biochar or whatever, it was 18... like 3 or 5 in the middle, probably like a 18.5, and then it was some other number. I would say something near 10 also. I can't remember exactly. So they would actually say less of the nitrogen, I think that is. I'm pretty sure. But this one, I'm still mixing it with a lot of the ground here, so I'm diluting it and whatnot and hootenannies. But all right, so that's where we're at the moment here, and what we're about to start doing. But also, I was thinking, I know that there's that tree in the way here, but as I was saying before, I think we can clear everything out here and make it to where it's something that you can walk through, sort of like a naturally built canopy, you know what I mean? A natural entranceway into this area. Although it might be a little bit lower, I might need to raise it up to cut it correctly, blah, 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 blah. It'd be really cool because it's already there. Why not? All right, so I got to get ready to get back in this work, so I'll make the end part of this video, and you guys can see the plants in the ground. Hopefully, I mean, come on, I got 3 more hours here today for the end of the day. I should be able to do it, but let's see what happens. Alrighty, we actually got some pretty good progress done in about an hour and a half. We already did the back side of it, and I just needed to do this side over here. I had kind of already accidentally widened it out a little bit more, but I was thinking maybe I was going to put it more at an angle, and then I basically was just looking at where it lines up and how we're going to kind of go through here, because the creek is right there, but it's going to divert off more to the right after like the halfway point between here and the pole up there. You can see all the other dead weight that we had pulled out of the other area over here, but yeah, this is pretty much just the area that we're going to be working with here, that I've got it to where basically it'll be in the ground, you know what I mean? Like, you can see the bottom layer. See how there's another layer down there all the way across it. So there's 2 bricks into the ground, and the dirt's going to come up to the edge here, across here, which should line up exactly where the plant zyromes, something. I should definitely know these words here. But the roots, you know what I mean? They're going to be buried in there good. And I'm going to get all this dirt here mixed up with that fertilizer. So I figured I'd just go ahead and give you guys like the halfway point here. And then maybe I'll cut like, I'll show me cutting it open here to show off the roots here. With the one that we got back here, actually. Now that I think about it. I went ahead and ordered a selfie stick and a tripod, so that way this will be a little bit easier for me to record these kind of things. Alrighty, so I went ahead and got the bamboo open, and you can look in it and see the rhizomes. That's what they're called. Now that I made sure to look it up before I got to this next part, right? And they look pretty good. They don't look as thick as I thought they would, but it makes sense since the plant is smaller too. It just didn't have a lot of time to get bigger before they were transplanting it to something they're used to doing, I'm sure, at the place. But you can see that the soil is still kind of moist. So that's good. And because I ordered it, and it took about 5 days, maybe 6 days at the most to get here. And I do believe that I've waited almost 5 more days afterwards, which is crazy. I was thinking the same thing, that I needed to get it in a lot sooner. But I actually read on the box it said you have until December. And I'm like, okay, I think I can wait a couple more days, because I had some things I needed to take care of. But it's because I was really so much focused on getting that taken care of down there. But that ended up being a longer project than I thought, and I did not want to wait any longer. So, yep, I've already cut this one open. I'm going to go ahead and start working on the dirt and whatnot. I just wanted to show you guys the rhizomes, the roots, what it looks like for that tall of a plant, which is about 4 feet tall for the taller part of it. And another thing I wanted to mention is whenever I'm going to be planting it in the ground, if you'll notice, this one plant, which is obviously more than one stem coming out of it here, is growing in a line like this, if you want to say. So I have to make sure that it's angled to where it's going to grow that way. If I turn it sideways, it might try to grow sideways, which is fine too, but since I've got so much area to cover, but I want it to grow this direction more than anything. Alrighty, I do believe we've made quite the great progress today. In doubt about it, we have done the dirty deed, done dirt cheap. It only took me like, I don't know, forever. But today it was like 2.5 hours to finish up getting these ones in there. And to get these bad boys in the ground. Garden claw helped, but hose did not help today. And we got the shovel worked out pretty good. The knife I had to use to cut open the things, you guys seen it opened earlier, and that's the fertilizer. I only used one of the bags. I had 2 of these, and there's still some left. I didn't really want to use too much. And basically what I did was I just got to where the bottom of the 3 layers was, and I mixed up the fertilizer across the whole thing, and then mixed it up, and then threw a bunch of dirt on top of it, and then put another layer of fertilizer. And then once I got it leveled up to where it was really close to the level of the rocks, which I guess I kind of shorted it out over there. Rush work, what do you know? Throw some more dirt up there to make it more even. But anyway, we got them in there. Once I did that, I dug a hole again, but specifically for the plant. I threw a very tiny amount more fertilizer in there, but I think that was kind of just dumb and pointless and not necessary at all. But I put just a little bit, mostly mixed in with the dirt that was going directly around it, which it's already got it mixed directly around it, literally everywhere within whatever this is, 3 cinder blocks by 2 cinder blocks zone. This is the start. And I got a whole lot more. You guys already seen it. All that I got to clear till we can get to where we can see the side of where the slope starts. Or maybe there'll be a tree, like that thing kind of looks like a tree. That could be like a stopping point. So going from there over there to get that shrubbery out of here. And I got to make sure that the water is specifically going in the correct direction, because otherwise they just won't grow as good. And I want a good flow of water through here. You know, it's just got some sitting water here, but it just sits everywhere. But alrighty, guys, that's going to be it. Thank you all very much for checking out the Haze Demon Show, the Grow Show. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. Don't forget to bring a towel. We will see you all on the flippity floppities. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on trovo.live/Haze Demon for more content. Oh yeah. Peace out, guys and gals, towels and moist towelettes.